Think about this. You want to move in with the woman you love. In your mind, everything looks perfect.
Sharing breakfast together, watching movies at night, always having her by your side. But here's the truth most men don't know. This is the exact moment where many problems begin. Statistics show that half of men who move in too quickly regret it within the first year. Half. Why? Because living with a woman is not just about love and romance. It's a new game with new rules. And if you don't know those rules, you will soon feel like you're losing your freedom, your space, and even your sense of identity. Imagine this. For years you lived alone. Your home was yours. You had silence. You had freedom. Everything was under your control. But now when you walk in after work, things feel different. Her shoes are at the door. Her things are scattered around. Even your favorite chair now has a blanket on it that you didn't choose. It might look small, but slowly it makes you feel like this place isn't just your home anymore. It's shared territory. And here's the hidden truth. When you live with a woman, it's not only about love, it's about power, decision-making, and space. If you're not prepared, you risk losing more than just control of the furniture. You risk losing yourself. In this video, I'm going to tell you the truth most men learn too late. You'll see the psychological traps, the changes in attraction, and the silent rules no one warns you about. Most importantly, you'll learn how to keep your freedom and respect without destroying the relationship. But here's the danger. Many men only realize this when it's already too late. When the contract is signed, when the keys are exchanged, when the rules of the game have already changed. The biggest threat to a man is not outside his home. It's right there under the roof he thought was safe. And the moment you think everything is perfect, that's the very moment the real danger begins. Let me tell you a simple story. A friend of mine once moved in with his girlfriend. In the first month, everything felt like a dream. They were laughing, cooking together, spending every night side by side. But by the third month, small things started to change. His desk was moved to make space for her dresser. His quiet evenings were replaced with constant background noise. Even his free time wasn't really his anymore because every choice was now our choice. And this is the trap most men fall into. When you live with a woman, you don't just share space, you merge lives. And if you don't set boundaries early, you'll slowly feel invisible in your own home. Psychologists call this identity erosion. It's the slow loss of the little things that made you feel like yourself. Your favorite music, your hobbies, even how you spend your weekends. One by one, they get negotiated, adjusted, or simply forgotten. At first, you think it's compromise, but soon you realize you've given away too much. Think about it. Have you ever heard a man say, "I feel like I lost myself in this relationship"? That's exactly what happens when you don't understand these hidden dynamics. It's not about her being bad or controlling. It's about the natural psychology of two people under one roof. Without clear rules, the stronger personality always takes more space, and the weaker one disappears. Now ask yourself honestly, if you moved in tomorrow, do you know where your limits are? Do you know what parts of your life are non-negotiable? Or would you slowly give them away without even noticing? This is why I need you to listen carefully. Because most men don't wake up until it's too late. They realize what's happening only after they feel trapped, drained, or resentful. If what I'm saying makes sense to you, hit the like button right now so I know you're following me. And if someone comes to mind, maybe a friend who is about to move in with his girlfriend, share this with him. It might save him years of frustration. But here's the shocking part. The real danger is not just losing your space. It's losing the attraction that brought you together in the first place. And that is what we need to talk about next. By now you probably see it. Living with a woman changes everything. But let's go a little deeper because this isn't just about furniture or free time. It's about how attraction works and how easy it is to kill it without even knowing. There's an old saying from the Greek philosopher Heraclitus, "The soul is dyed the color of its thoughts." In relationships, your daily habits dye the color of the bond. If those habits become routine, attraction fades, no matter how much love was there in the beginning. That's why so many couples start strong, but slowly turn into roommates instead of lovers. Psychologists confirm this. They call it the familiarity effect. At first, everything new feels exciting. Every touch, every kiss, every word has energy. But when you see someone every single day, when you share every corner of your life, your brain adapts. What was once thrilling becomes normal. And what becomes normal, the brain stops paying attention to. Think about music. The first time you hear your favorite song, it feels electric. You want to play it over and over, but after weeks, even that song starts to fade into the background. The same thing happens with relationships. Constant exposure without mystery kills the spark. So here's your mini reward, an insight you can use today. Never give up all your space. Keep parts of your life that are yours alone, your hobbies, your friends, your routines. Because when you hold on to your identity, you protect the attraction. She fell for you because you were yourself, not because you gave everything away. This is the fusion of philosophy and psychology. Heraclitus warned us that we become what we repeat. Modern psychology shows us why routine kills desire. And culture shows it too. Look at Picasso, who constantly reinvented his art so it never became stale. That's the same principle you must apply in your relationship. Reinvention, mystery, space. Now it's time to uncover the golden principle. The single rule that explains why living with a woman can either make you stronger together or completely destroy the fire between you. And once you understand this law, everything else will finally make sense. There's a man I once knew who moved in with his girlfriend after only 6 months of dating. At first, everything was perfect. They laughed every night, they ate together, they never wanted to be apart. But slowly things shifted. He stopped going to the gym, he stopped seeing his friends, he gave up his favorite weekend trips because she didn't enjoy them. He told himself this was compromise. But once he looked in the mirror and realized he didn't recognize himself anymore. The spark in his eyes was gone. And worse, she no longer looked at him the same way either. What happened? It wasn't love that failed, it was the golden principle that he ignored. Here it is, clear and simple. If you lose yourself, you lose the attraction. Living with a woman doesn't mean giving up who you are. In fact, the moment you hand over your identity, your freedom, your purpose, she will unconsciously begin to lose respect for you. And when respect fades, attraction does. It doesn't matter how much love or history you have. Without attraction, a relationship becomes heavy, lifeless, and full of silent resentment. Psychologists call this role collapse. It's when the man stops being the person he was when she first fell for him. Instead of being the man with energy, drive, in his own life, he becomes just the partner, predictable and safe. But here's the truth. Safe doesn't create desire. Mystery, strength, and independence do. Think about it like this. When you first met, you had your own rhythm, your own passions, your own life. That's what pulled her in. But when you move in together, the temptation is to merge into one. And while love wants closeness, desire needs distance. Without that balance, the fire dies. This is why so many men feel shocked when their girlfriend or wife says, "I don't feel the same anymore." It didn't happen overnight. It was the slow death of attraction because he gave up too much of himself. He thought he was being a good partner, but in reality, he was slowly erasing the very qualities that made her want him in the first place. And here's the secret very few men understand. Women don't want a man who disappears into the relationship. They want a man who stands strong inside it. They want to feel his presence, his independence, his fire. Because when he has his own life, she feels she is sharing something valuable. But when he loses it all, there's nothing left to respect or desire. Repeat this to yourself as an echo line. Routine kills faster than betrayal. Betrayal can sometimes be forgiven because it comes with passion. But routine, predictable, lifeless sameness, slowly strangles attraction until there is nothing left. The golden principle is this: keep your identity alive. Keep your purpose, your space, your passions. Protect them like a king protects his crown. Because if you hand them away, you won't just lose yourself, you'll lose the relationship too. Now here comes the dangerous truth. Even if you understand this principle, living it is hard. Because once you've given too much away, once you've lost yourself, it takes a complete transformation to come back. And that transformation is not easy. It feels like burning your old self to the ground and rising from the ashes. And that is exactly where we go next, into the painful, powerful process of transformation, where a man either breaks or he is reborn stronger than ever. Every man who has lived with a woman and lost himself knows this feeling. You wake up one day and the mirror doesn't lie. The man staring back at you is weaker, quieter, smaller. His eyes are tired, his shoulders slump, his life is no longer his own. And somewhere deep inside, a quiet voice whispers, "This is not who I was meant to be." It doesn't happen all at once. It happens slowly. One sacrifice here, one compromise there, a hobby given up, a friendship faded, a routine abandoned. Until one day you realize the man who was once full of life has been replaced by someone who only reacts, who only adapts, who only follows. But here's the truth. Pain is not the end. Pain is the beginning. That deep frustration, that feeling of emptiness, it is not weakness. It is fuel. It is the fire that forces you to rebuild. Psychologists call this post-crisis growth. Mythology calls it rebirth. You can call it whatever you like, but the meaning is the same. A man can rise from his own ashes. The suffering becomes the turning point. Picture a sunrise after a long, endless night. At first, it's only a faint glow, but slowly, light cracks open the horizon. That light is you, remembering who you are, picking up the weights again, calling your old friends again, setting boundaries again, doing the things that made you feel alive before. Every small step is a spark, and spark by spark, the fire returns. This is transformation. Not pretending to be who you were, but becoming stronger because of what you went through. The man who loses himself and then rebuilds is more powerful than the man who never struggled. Because now he knows what is at stake. He knows he cannot afford to forget his own identity again. Here's the key insight. Suffering becomes strength the moment you refuse to stay down. The very things that broke you, neglect, routine, invisibility, become the fuel that lifts you higher. But let's be clear, transformation doesn't just save you, it changes how she sees you too. When you stand tall again, when you rebuild your fire, her eyes will notice. She will feel the shift. She will sense the energy she thought was gone. Some women will be drawn back, some will be threatened, and some will realize too late what they lost. But whether she follows you or not, the important thing is this: you are alive again. You are no longer invisible in your own life. And yet, even here, with the fire returning, there is still one more secret to uncover. A truth even more dangerous than everything we've talked about so far. Because the biggest question is not just about living with a woman, it's about what happens when the fire in her awakens too. And that, my friend, is the final piece of the puzzle. From the very beginning, we asked, what does a man really need to know before living with a woman? Now the circle closes because here is the final truth, one that most men only learn when it's already too late. Living with a woman is not just about sharing a space. It's about sharing an energy. And energy is fragile. If you give away all of yourself, the balance breaks. If you hold back too much, the bond breaks. The secret is not choosing one extreme, it is learning how to protect your identity while still opening your heart. The greatest danger is not losing her. The greatest danger is losing yourself while trying to keep her. Because once you disappear, the attraction disappears with you. Here is the final lesson you must never forget. Respect is the root of desire. If she loses respect for you, the fire will die. And respect doesn't come from shouting, controlling, or proving yourself. Respect comes from standing strong in who you are, your purpose, your values, your space. Think of it like a mirror. If your reflection is clear, she sees the man she fell for. If your reflection fades, she no longer recognizes you. That's why you must protect your mirror every single day. Your hobbies, your mission, your friends, your health. These are not luxuries, they are survival. They are what keep you visible, desirable, alive. So what can you do today? Simple, choose one thing that's yours and don't let it go. It might be the gym, your work, your art, your circle of friends, whatever it is, guard it. That's your crown. That's your fire. That's the line between love and invisibility. Remember this echo line. You cannot stop time, but you can stop pretending. Pretending you're happy when you're not. Pretending you're the same man when you've lost yourself. Pretending the spark is still alive when you know it's fading. Stop pretending and start rebuilding. And here's the final secret. Living with a woman can either destroy you or make you stronger than ever. The difference is whether you forget yourself or you rise inside the relationship as the man she cannot ignore. So now I want to hear from you. Write it in the comments. Have you ever seen a man lose himself in a relationship? Have you felt it yourself? Your story might be the mirror another man needs right now. If even one part of this video hit you, smash the like button so I know you're here. Subscribe because what we've talked about today is only one piece of a much bigger puzzle. There are deeper truths about women, desire, and power that we are going to uncover together because the truth might be uncomfortable, but it's the only thing that sets you free.